Was Jesus an Anunnaki? Ancient texts reveal our history was shaped by extraterrestrials, challenging everything we know about our origins. Ancient inscriptions have been decoded, resulting in a fascinating theory that calls into question human history as a whole. One theory that has baffled the researchers are that was Jesus an Anunnaki? Our astro-sun lured an alien planet within our planetary system almost 3.9 billion years ago because of the gravitational force. The Sumerians named the planet Nibiru, the crossing planet, and it was a reddish planet with a massive size that we can only equate to Jupiter. As Nibiru deviated from its orbit, it collided with another colossus, a planet called Tiamat, a watery star with vast oceans. It caused catastrophic cosmic destruction. The latter had 11 satellites, with Kingu being the largest. Back then, as per the Sumerians, we had only 8 planets in our solar system: Mumu, Lahamu, Lahmu, Tiamat, Kishar, Anshar, Anu, and Ea. The Sun was referred as Apsu, and it seems that a few planets emerged from other larger celestial bodies, and it was believed that the Uranus and the Neptune were formed from a cloud that originated in the rings of the Saturn. As the Nibiru passed near Anshar, Saturn, one of its satellites moved to the outskirts of the solar system, and the satellite was known as Gaga, our current Pluto. Later, an unfathomable collision between Nibiru and Tiamat rendered the latter lifeless and buzzing aimlessly throughout the solar system. After 3,600 years, Nibiru returned to the system, this time passing between Mars and Jupiter. During this second invasion, Nibiru collided with the mass of the already existing Tiamat, severing it in two. It is said that one of them incarnated as our current planet Earth, and the other one became a ring of asteroids that separated the internal stars from the external ones. Ki enjoyed the warm rays of Apsu, Sun, and the luminous night of Kingu, Moon. The Anunnaki defined a Nibiruan year as a Shar, which corresponds to 3,600 years on Earth, the same amount of time it takes Nibiru to complete a cycle in its invasive orbit around our solar system. Of course, for the Nibiruan Anunnaki, those 3,600 years would represent only one cycle of their calendar. However, what does NASA conceals about Nibiru? Is a calamity of epic proportions on the horizon? Is there any evidence of their likely comeback at the moment? The systematic deception to which we are exposed by the mainstream media, along with the lock imposed by certain governmental institutions, places us in an extraordinary condition of vulnerability regarding the truth of the reality that crosses us. The sightings of the two sun on some regions of the planet, the Hawaii Observatory watching a sunrise with a bright planet not officially recognized, thunderous sounds in different parts of the globe that come from above, Habasti, have baffled even the most skeptical. Several hypotheses have been framed over the period of time. However, the vastness of the unknown is as overwhelming as it is concrete. These ancient manuscripts contain the true history and origins of human beings. Zecharia Sitchin, a deceased language scholar, devoted more than 30 years of his life to translating ancient Sumerian tablets in order to publish his book, The 12th Planet, in 1976. Sitchin analyzed the inscriptions and discovered that the Sumerians were aware of the solar system's planets. This includes a 12th star called Nibiru, whose irregular orbit brought it within 3,600 years of the Earth. The Anunnaki, its occupants, arrived on Earth thousands of years ago in pursuit of riches and minerals. Various sources make it abundantly clear that it was them who created the human species with their extraordinary genetic engineering. This is the history that official science refuses to acknowledge, since it would invalidate Darwin's evolutionary theory, the foundations of which are unprovable but mindlessly accepted by the establishment. A manipulation-based approach used to conceal proof of our extraterrestrial origins. Scientists and archaeologists have put their careers on the line to unearth previously unknown history. Sumeria, the world's earliest society, has offered an abundance of literature and proof. It is up to each individual to accept or reject the hypothesis of who were humanity's original creators. Arrival of Anunnaki and the creation of man. It is believed by many that approximately 445,000 years ago, ancient astronauts from another planet in the cosmos landed on Earth looking for gold. The first Anunnaki expedition that descended on Earth was composed of 50 Anunnaki, led by Enki. He asked his father to build the first town in southern Mesopotamia, named Eridu, meaning house built in the distance. The first gold mining expedition failed, and Enki went back, sending Enlil as the in charge of the gold mining mission. This time it was Abzu, the primordial source, who would receive 600 Anunnaki in North Africa. According to the tablets, the men who descended from heaven established a total of 7 operational sites throughout southern Mesopotamia. Zecharia Sitchin was able to deduce that those towns were strategically placed to receive Nibiru's spaceships. Once when Enlil went for inspection, the Anunnaki miners revolted against him, and he informed his father that the gold supply has cut off, the mines are closed, and the Anunnaki won't be mining gold mines. His father accepted the requests of his subordinates, thereby suspending the mining activities, and ordered Enki to create humans. Enki said, "We will create a man where the Anunnaki gene can be inserted." That is when the law of life was altered. They would give the men and the women very limited mental capacity and kept on creating humans with intention of treating them as primitive slave. Enki locked himself in his lab in Eridu to perfect the Homo sapiens, making them more long-lived and intelligent was his Goa, for that he used his own semen. That is when Adapa was born, whom the biblical text defined as Adam, and he had the ability to reproduce. That enraged Enlil, who only saw humans as slaves and was against the idea of Enki. He was of the opinion that humans must only be used as a subject of force and without the ability of reproducing. Several Anunnaki taught the humans things other than mining, such as cultivating fields, reciting poetry, dancing and singing for them. Some men were ordained priests so that they have their activity inside the temples, worshipping the gods. Each Anunnaki fed their ego to be worshipped as God, and all of it is known to us only because of the discovery of 25,000 clay tablets that descriptively tells that how this extraterrestrial civilizations came to Earth more than 445,000 years ago. Who were these Anunnaki? We know for sure that they were considered as God, which they certainly were not. We can term them as an advanced civilization based on physics and technology, capable of crossing dimensional planes and galaxies. Was Jesus an Anunnaki? What did the Bible conceal from us? What do we know about our origins as a human race? If the Anunnaki theory gets accepted, the prejudices in Darwin's theory would be ignited, and several Western monotheism religious theories would be annulled. Leave us your thoughts in the comments section.